Rising above the hills of Jaipur, Amer Fort looks like the fairy tale version of royal life. It's massive, golden, and built for pure luxury. Visitors flock to see the Sheesh Mahal, a hall covered in thousands of tiny Belgian mirrors designed to flicker like stars. It's undeniably beautiful, but all that glittering glass serves as an architectural distraction. If you look past the opulent surfaces, the actual structure of the fort reveals a highly functional reality about how its inhabitants were forced to live. The first signs of this reality are found in the floors. Instead of typical grand staircases, the upper levels are connected by smooth, sloped stone paths. They are effectively 16th century wheelchair ramps. Then look at the private quarters. The floor plan isn't a unified estate. It's broken into isolated domed rooms, strictly separated. Finally, the small windows don't offer sweeping views. They point straight down into narrow, hidden servant corridors.
These structural choices hint at a palace meticulously mapped out to manage two very different lives: the royal family visible in the halls, and the hidden workforce required to sustain them. The material wealth of a royal queen came with an immediate physical penalty. Their daily attire consisted of heavy, layered dresses and up to 15 kilograms of dense metallic jewelry. Carrying that much weight on the body meant taking a casual stroll around a sprawling hilltop palace was physically impossible. A queen could barely even walk unassisted. The architects had to build around this paralysis. They stripped out the stairs in the residential corridors and replaced them with those smooth, sloped stone paths. To navigate these long ramps, the king commissioned specialized indoor rickshaw carts. A queen would sit in this carriage just to travel from one room to the next. Moving that cart required serious manual labor. A dedicated team of 4 maids, 2 pulling from the front, 2 pushing from the back, was assigned as the human engine for this transport system. The extreme material luxury directly engineered the queen's physical immobility. They were completely dependent on a servant class simply to cross a hallway. That confinement was entirely intentional. The queens lived under the strict cultural rule of Parda, meaning they were heavily secluded and geographically forbidden from ever stepping outside the palace walls. To keep them occupied, the architects built the charbagh. This internal courtyard is a mathematically precise garden designed to simulate an entire miniature world. For the queens, this highly controlled square of grass was the only outdoors they would ever experience. Housing multiple queens in this permanent lockdown created a massive social problem. To prevent jealousy and physical fighting among the wives, the king ordered the construction of those isolated, identical domed rooms. Each queen was kept separate. Even their emotional output was strictly managed by the architecture. At the Suhag Mandir window, queens were permitted to look out and shower the king with flower petals, but strictly on the condition that he returned from battle victorious. If he lost, the window stayed shut. The architecture of Amer Fort was essentially weaponized to control the queen's geographical footprint and emotional output, turning immense luxury into a literal golden cage. A massive, confined royal family requires hundreds of people to feed, cool, and transport them, but cultural rules demanded that these servants remain completely invisible to the royals they served. The builders designed an acoustic intercom. Royals didn't shout. They clapped out of downward-facing windows. Servants hidden below listened for the code. 1 clap sent 1 maid up the stairs. 2 claps sent 2. This allowed instant, silent communication. This hidden labor force also operated the building's climate control, keeping the stone structure cool during the blistering summer. Servants pumped water to rooftop tanks, feeding pipes above the windows that dripped onto heavy vetiver brass curtains. As hot desert winds blew through these damp curtains, evaporation naturally cooled the air entering the royal chambers. The royals experienced an effortless, comfortable atmosphere. But that comfort was sustained by a hyper-coordinated, hidden mechanical engine of human labor. The reality inside Amer Fort presents a sharp contrast of 2 completely different lives. For the queens, holding absolute social power resulted in physical paralysis and extreme isolation. For the working class below, their daily survival meant constant, grueling physical motion to keep the palace running, all while ensuring they were erased from view. Despite being strictly segregated by wealth and status, these 2 groups were locked in total physical dependence on one another just to survive the day. When you look at how the building actually functions, the palace is a monument to the logistical friction caused by extreme inequality. The next time you see a grand historical fortress, look past the gold leaf and the glittering mirrored ceilings. The true, unvarnished history of royal life is found in the utilitarian design. The width of the wheelchair ramps, the acoustics of the windows, and the hidden corridors that kept the golden cage locked.